What if the clarity you've been waiting for has already chosen you, and all you need to do is listen? October 24 arrives not as a date on a calendar, but as a threshold, a sacred doorway between the life you have lived and the life that now calls you forward. This is the day when the invisible becomes tangible, when the reward for your silent endurance finally reveals itself. Everything you have carried, the doubts, the sleepless nights, the moments when faith felt like foolishness, has brought you to this precise moment of recognition and renewal. You may have thought the delays were denials, that every setback was evidence of abandonment. But what if every detour was divine refinement? What if the universe was simply preparing you to hold not just any blessing, but a reward shaped exactly for a soul that has been tested and transformed by the inner storms? Today marks the end of waiting and the beginning of embodiment. The weight of what was dissolves, anxiety surrenders to peace, and every step you take from here forward echoes with confirmation. What has been locked is now unlocked. Before we go deeper, there's a resource that can quietly support this transition. If these words are resonating with you, there's a clear and grounded way to continue this journey without distraction. Prosperity revealed in 3 dimensions. It's a simple and profound path designed to help you bring order to the noise, return to your center, and act with clarity and purpose. Whether you prefer reading or listening, you can explore it at your own pace. Everything is in the pinned comment and in the description. Take the time that feels right. And now, let's return to the heart of our exploration. This day carries a prophetic frequency, a vibration that hums beneath the surface of ordinary awareness. The signs arrive subtly, a sudden sense of protection you cannot name, ideas that surface without effort, invitations that defy logic yet align perfectly with your inner truth. Do not dismiss these whispers of the universe. They are coded messages, gifts from divine providence. If you have withdrawn from the noise and chosen silence, you now understand the purpose of that solitude. It was training, preparation to decode the sacred sounds. To hear the call into your new cycle, look around you and notice opportunities multiply. Doors once immovable now swing open with ease. You have become the key. The favor that arrives today is not temporary. It is a permanent imprint on your soul and your destiny. People draw near, seeking the light you carry. Not the light earned through accolades or possessions, but the unmistakable energy of someone refined by fire and emerging stronger. There is no need to convince anyone of your purpose. The results speak for themselves. Your presence is the proof. Every previous cycle, the battles, the days of scarcity, the moments of doubt, served a singular purpose: to prepare a mature soul capable of sustaining with integrity what now arrives. Rewards are not released to inflated egos, but to aligned hearts. Heaven releases the fruit of your endurance, honoring every choice of peace over conflict, every gesture of kindness performed in secret, every tear held in silence. You have become capable not only of receiving, but of multiplying blessings in the lives around you. Breathe deeply and observe what happens within you and around you. Your energy shifts, time seems to accelerate. Situations that appeared frozen begin to move as if touched by an invisible hand. The environment recalibrates itself. People change their posture toward you. Opportunities you dreamed of for years finally appear, and all of this unfolds not through forced effort, but through spiritual alignment. Feel the deep peace that only arrives when the spirit is in perfect harmony with divine timing. This favor is not fleeting, it is legacy. It does not merely open material doors. It activates dormant gifts, brings clarity to purpose, expands your spiritual influence, and restores what the process once attempted to remove. You now access dimensions previously veiled. Your spiritual authority blooms, your strength renews itself. Your story becomes a living reference for others who await their own divine timing. If this is stirring something in you, consider subscribing so you don't miss what comes next. This journey continues, and the insights ahead may be exactly what you need. October 24 is a portal, not a conclusion. The reward that comes does not end your mission. It inaugurates a stage where purpose and recognition walk hand in hand. Your journey inspires, your example moves others. What once felt like solitary struggle now becomes collective harvest. The universe ensures your name is marked both in heaven and on earth. Everything that has been waiting now approaches as a fulfilled promise. Every advance, every victory, every relationship is recalibrated under this favor. The past serves only as witness to what was refined in anonymity, but with this comes responsibility. Blessings of this magnitude require discernment and maturity. This is not only the arrival of comfort, but the beginning of new challenges, leadership opportunities, and the call to become a channel of transformation for others. For this reason, maintain a reverent silence, listen closely to the subtle guidance within, because the great movements of the divine often hide in simple gestures, daily decisions, unexpected invitations. Do not be distracted by the external. Do not seek validation outside yourself. Everything is already confirmed in the spiritual realm. This is the moment to release the old completely. Do not carry unnecessary burdens. Do not fear the unknown. The time of praying for access transforms into the time of living in full possession. Trust, you walk securely, guided step by the divine hand. This trust, cultivated in adversity, now summons every manifestation from above. Feel the fresh impulse of your destiny and move forward without hesitation. Research in psychology and neuroscience suggests that when we align our internal state with a sense of purpose, the brain's reticular activating system begins filtering information differently. We literally start noticing opportunities we previously overlooked. This is not magic. It is the science of attention, meeting the mystery of readiness. Your awareness has been sharpened by what you endured, and now the world reflects that clarity back to you. If others approach seeking answers, simply be. You will not need to justify your transformation. Your energy will speak. The light in your eyes, the calm in your voice, the quiet peace within are marks of true reward. The kind that cannot be explained by human merit alone, but only by spiritual alignment. Everything ahead is evidence of divine timing, of the invisible force that has always sustained you, even when you did not perceive it. Tell me in the comments which part of this message resonated most deeply with you. Your reflections help shape the next explorations, and I read every one. Enjoy each part of this harvest without hurry, without fear. Celebrate every victory, advance beyond old limits, embrace the new cycle with gratitude. You are no longer who you were. You have evolved, grown, endured. Now is the time to reap, to multiply, to transform the world around you. The weight of endurance has a purpose. Studies in neuroplasticity reveal that sustained challenge followed by relief creates lasting change in the brain's structure, not just metaphorically, but biologically. The neural pathways formed through perseverance become highways of resilience. You are not the same person who began this journey because your very mind has been rewired through what you carried. That is why this reward does not overwhelm you. You have been built to hold it. October 24 is marked by a convergence of energies. While we cannot measure the spiritual with instruments, we can observe the patterns, moments when preparation meets opportunity, when inner readiness aligns with outer circumstance. Ancient traditions called these moments kairos, sacred time, qualitative rather than quantitative. Today is not measured in hours but in significance. The universe has been counting not days but depth, not time but transformation. What does it mean to be chosen? It means you did not quit when quitting made sense. It means you honored the quiet voice within, even when the loud voices outside mocked it. It means you tended the garden of your spirit in seasons when no one was watching, no applause was given, no evidence suggested growth. But roots grow in darkness. The tree does not shout its depth. It demonstrates it when the storm comes, and you remain standing, Turn on notifications so you can continue this path without missing the next steps. The journey deepens, and each insight builds on the last. The soul that receives today is not the soul that began. Transformation is not addition, it is alchemy. The lead of old patterns has become the gold of conscious presence. You have moved from reaction to response, from scarcity thinking to abundance awareness, from fear-driven striving to faith-anchored action. This shift is subtle but total. The outer world has not yet caught up, but it will. What you have become on the inside is now ready to meet its match on the outside. Consider the metaphor of the seed. Buried in soil, invisible, it does not wonder if the light exists. It simply moves toward it. In the darkness, unseen work happens. The shell cracks, roots descend, the first shoot pushes upward. Only then does the world see the green. You have been underground. October 24 is the breaking of the surface. What was hidden in process now becomes visible in form. The gardener does not rush the seed. The gardener trusts the seasons. You have trusted, and the season has turned. There is a quiet detail almost no one notices, and everything depends on it. The reward that comes today is not reward for doing, but for becoming. The universe does not transact. It reflects. You are not being paid for tasks completed. You are being mirrored for the frequency you now hold. This is why no amount of hustle without inner alignment ever produces lasting fruit. The external is always a reflection of the internal. You changed within, and now the without recalibrates to match. If this brought clarity, a like helps others find this message when they need it most. Small actions amplify reach, and reach can change lives. The path of awakening is not linear. It spirals. You return to the same themes, trust, surrender, faith, but each time at a higher altitude. What once felt like a lesson you should have mastered now reveals itself as a layer you are ready to integrate more deeply. There is no shame in revisiting old ground. You are not going backward, you are going inward and upward simultaneously. The spiral honors both repetition and progress. Awakening is also uncomfortable. It asks you to hold paradox, to be patient and to move, to surrender and to act, to trust the process and to take responsibility. These are not contradictions, but complementary truths. The mind prefers simplicity, but the soul speaks in complexity. October 24 invites you into that mature space where you can hold opposites without collapsing into either extreme. You are learning the divine dance of partnership with life itself. The body knows before the mind admits. Have you felt it? A lightness in the chest, a softness in the jaw, a warmth in the palms? These are not random. The nervous system, after prolonged stress, begins to recalibrate when safety is finally perceived. You may not yet see all the evidence with your eyes, but your body is already responding to the shift. Trust the soma. It does not lie. If your breath has deepened, if your sleep has sweetened, if tension has started to release, these are signs that the inner and outer worlds are beginning their reunion. Here is where most of us turn away. We receive the first sign of favor and immediately question it. We doubt our worthiness, we brace for the other shoe to drop. We hold our breath instead of breathing fully into the gift. This self-sabotage is understandable. It is the nervous system protecting against disappointment, but it is no longer necessary. You are safe to receive. You are safe to expand. You are safe to trust that this is real and lasting. Share this with someone who might need a gentle reminder that their time is coming too. Sometimes a message finds the exact person at the exact moment. October 24 does not promise that all struggle ends. It promises that you are now equipped for the next level of your mission. With greater capacity comes greater calling. The reward is not escape from challenge. It is empowerment to meet challenge with grace. You are not being rescued. You are being recognized. There is a profound difference. Rescue implies helplessness. Recognition honors strength. You have proven yourself capable, and now you are being entrusted with more, not as burden, but as honor. This is the hinge. Will you step into this new identity, or will you cling to the old story because it is familiar? The universe offers, but you must receive. Receiving is an active verb. It requires opening the hand that has been clenched, softening the heart that has been guarded, releasing the breath that has been held. It is vulnerable to receive. It is powerful to receive. Both are true. The great spiritual traditions speak of grace, unearned favor, gift beyond merit. But grace does not mean you did nothing. It means what you did could never fully account for what you receive. There is always a gap between effort and outcome, between deserving and being given. That gap is where the divine lies. That gap is what we call mystery. You worked, yes. You endured, yes. But what arrives now is more than the sum of your labor. That is how you know it is real. Let's slow down and listen again. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Inhale deeply through the nose, feeling the breath travel down into the belly. Hold it gently for a count of 3. Exhale slowly, letting the shoulders drop, the jaw unclench. As you breathe, ask yourself, what is ready to be born in me now? Do not force an answer. Simply listen. The question itself is the doorway. The breath is the bridge between the conscious and the unconscious, the voluntary and the involuntary, the body and the spirit. When we return to the breath, we return home. In a world obsessed with forward motion, the breath invites us into vertical depth. Not more but deeper, not faster but truer. October 24 asks you to ground this favor not in frenzy, but in presence. Let it land. Let it settle. Let it root. There is a principle in ecology called succession. After a forest fire, the land does not immediately return to what it was. First come the pioneer species, grasses, wildflowers, small shrubs. They prepare the soil. Over time, larger plants arrive, then saplings, then trees. Eventually, a mature forest stands again, but it is not the same forest. It is richer, more diverse, more resilient. You are in succession. What burned in you was necessary. What is growing now is stronger than what was lost. Your comment helps me understand what resonates and guides the next insights. I read each one, and your voice matters in shaping this journey. The reward is relational. It does not come in isolation, but through connection. Unexpected conversations, serendipitous meetings, offers that arrive through people you barely know. This is not coincidence. It is coherence. When your internal frequency shifts, the people and circumstances that match that frequency find you. You do not have to chase. You do not have to convince. You simply show up as the version of yourself you have become, and the right doors open. But this also means that some doors will close. Some relationships will fade. Some environments will no longer fit. This is not loss. It is refinement. The universe is not taking anything from you. It is clearing space for what truly belongs. Let go without bitterness. Release without resentment. What leaves was never meant to stay, and what stays will prove itself worthy of your energy. October 24 marks a recalibration of identity. You are no longer defined by your wound. You are no longer explained by your struggle. You are no longer the underdog, the overlooked, the one waiting for permission. You are the one who endured and emerged. You are the one who chose faith over evidence. You are the one who kept going when every logical reason said stop. That is who you are now. Own it, speak from it, move from it. The ancient alchemists did not seek to create gold from lead for wealth. They sought transformation as metaphor for spiritual evolution. The base metal of suffering becomes the noble metal of wisdom. You are not the same substance you were. The heat, the pressure, the darkness, all of it was the alchemical process. What emerges now is not who you were repaired, but who you were always meant to become. Let's test this idea against your day. When you leave this moment and return to your ordinary life, what will you do differently? Will you walk with more presence? Will you speak with more authority? Will you choose from center rather than from fear? The teaching means nothing if it does not touch the ground of daily living. Wisdom is only wisdom when it is embodied. If this resonates, the next step may feel both familiar and new. You have heard these truths before, but now you are ready to live them. There is a difference between knowing and knowing. The first is intellectual. The second is cellular. You have crossed that threshold. You do not need more information. You need deeper integration. October 24 is the day integration becomes incarnation. The word manifestation has been misused, turned into spiritual materialism, as if the universe is a vending machine where the right thoughts purchase the right outcomes. True manifestation is not manipulation. It is alignment. It is the organic unfolding that happens when who you are matches what you desire. The outer world does not respond to your wishes. It responds to your frequency. Change the frequency and the world rearranges itself accordingly. You have changed. Now watch the rearrangement. There is a moment in every transformation where you must choose. Will you step fully into the new, or will you keep one foot in the old, just in case? This hesitation is human, but it is also the thing that delays the full flowering of your reward. The universe honors wholehearted commitment. Lukewarm intention produces lukewarm results. But when you say yes with your whole being, not just your words but your actions, not just your actions but your energy, everything shifts. Seen from another angle, the path changes shape. What looked like punishment was preparation. What felt like rejection was redirection. What seemed like delay was divine timing. The reframe is not denial of pain. It is retrieval of meaning. You are not being asked to pretend it did not hurt. You are being invited to see that it also served. Both are true. October 24 does not erase the past. It redeems it. Every tear, every setback, every moment of despair now becomes testimony. Your story is no longer a wound to hide, but a map to offer. Others will find their way by the light of your endurance. This is the ultimate reward, not comfort but contribution. Not escape, but elevation. Not personal victory, but collective uplift. You are not alone in this. Though the journey felt solitary, you were always surrounded by unseen support. Some call it angels, some call it ancestors, some call it the higher self. The name matters less than the knowing. You were held when you thought you were falling. You were guided when you thought you were lost. You were loved when you thought you were forgotten. October 24 is the day you feel that truth not as belief, but as knowing. The soul is not impressed by perfection. It is moved by sincerity. You do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to be flawless. You simply have to be real. The universe does not reward polish. It rewards presence. Show up as you are, messy, uncertain, hopeful, afraid, brave, and the doors open. Pretense closes doors. Authenticity opens them. What light wants to enter your life now? This is not rhetorical. Pause and ask yourself, if there were one quality, one energy, one truth that could enter my life today, what would it be? Clarity, courage, compassion, connection, name it. Not because naming makes it appear, but because naming makes you aware. And awareness is the first act of co-creation. October 24 is the day of manifestation, because manifestation is not about forcing something into being. It is about becoming aware of what already is. The reward is not arriving. It has been here, waiting for you to become the person who could see it, hold it, honor it. You are that person now. The veil lifts. The fog clears. What was always yours in potential now becomes yours in actuality. There is an ancient teaching. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. But the deeper truth is that the teacher was always there. The student's readiness is what makes the teacher visible. October 24 is your readiness made manifest. The gift was always extended. You are now able to receive it. What are you ready to release so something truer can begin? Every new chapter requires the closing of the old, not with violence but with gratitude. Thank the past for what it taught. Honor the struggle for what it built. And then gently set it down. You do not need to carry it forward. It has done its work. You are free to travel light now. The great reward is not a thing. It is a state. It is the inner knowing that you are aligned, that you are supported, that you are exactly where you are meant to be. From that state, everything flows. Opportunities appear. Resources arrive. People show up. Doors open. Not because you force them, but because you are finally in harmony with the current of life itself. You stopped swimming upstream. You let the river carry you. And the river knows the way. October 24 invites you into trust. Not blind trust, but earned trust. You have seen what happens when you surrender. You have witnessed the faithfulness of the process. You have evidence now. Trust is no longer a leap. It is a step on solid ground. Walk forward with confidence. You are not guessing. You are knowing. This is the day of manifestation, because today you see it, feel it, know it. The invisible becomes visible. The promised becomes present. The longed for becomes lived. And you, the one who waited, who endured, who believed even when belief felt foolish, you are the one who receives. Not because you were perfect, but because you were faithful. Not because you earned it, but because you became it. Where does your attention want to rest tonight? Let this be your practice. Before sleep, place your hand on your heart, breathe, and whisper to yourself, I am ready. I'm open, I receive. Let those words be your prayer, your permission, your power. October 24 is not the end. It is the beginning of what you were always meant to live. What if this is enough to begin? The reward does not announce itself with trumpets. It arrives in whispers. A phone call you were not expecting, a clarity that cuts through confusion, a door that opens precisely when you are ready to walk through it. October 24 teaches that divine timing is not early or late. It is exact. What you thought was delay was actually alignment, synchronizing 1,000 invisible pieces so that when the moment comes, everything fits perfectly. You have been prepared not just for success, but for stewardship. The favor that lands in your life now is not meant to be hoarded. It is meant to be circulated. Abundance flows through generous hands. When you receive with gratitude and give with love, you become a living channel for blessing. This is the secret the universe guards. The more you share from overflow, the more overflow is created. Scarcity is the illusion of isolation. Abundance is the truth of connection. There are those who will misunderstand your transformation. They will call it luck, timing, privilege, anything but the fruit of endurance. Do not waste energy defending yourself. The truth needs no defense. Let your life be the testimony. Let your peace be the proof. Those who have ears to hear will understand. Those who do not are not your responsibility. Protect your energy by releasing the need to be understood by everyone. October 24 is also a day of remembering. Remember the version of you who prayed for what you now hold. Remember the nights when hope felt distant. Remember the moments when you almost gave up, but chose to take one more breath, one more step. That version of you made this moment possible. Honor them. Speak kindly to them across time. Let them know, we made it. In the quiet moments today, you may feel a rush of emotion, relief, gratitude, disbelief, joy, all mixed together. Let it come. Do not suppress the tears, the laughter, the trembling. The body holds the memory of every trial, and it also holds the capacity for release. Cry if you need to. Laugh if it rises. Let the energy move through you without judgment. This is healing in real time. You are no longer in rehearsal. This is the performance. This is the life. Every choice you make from this day forward is written in the book of your becoming. Choose with intention. Speak with authority. Move with purpose. The universe is watching not to judge, but to match. Show it who you are now, and it will reflect that truth back to you in 1,000 forms. What if everything you needed was already within reach, and the only thing that changed was your ability to see it? October 24 is the gift of new eyes. The landscape has not shifted. Your perception has. What you once viewed as obstacle, you now see as opportunity. What you once feared as loss, you now recognize as liberation. The shift is internal, and the world rearranges itself accordingly. The final invitation is simple but profound. Live this day fully. Do not wait for tomorrow to begin being who you have become. Do not delay your joy, your confidence, your presence. Step into the fullness now. Speak from the truth now. Act from the center now. October 24 is not a promise of someday. It is the arrival of today. The great reward is not coming. It is here. You are standing in it. Open your hands. Open your heart. Receive what is already yours. The chosen ones are not chosen because they are perfect. They are chosen because they are willing, willing to endure, willing to evolve, willing to trust even when trust feels impossible. You are chosen because you stayed. You are chosen because you chose yourself when no one else did. You are chosen because the light within you refused to go out no matter how dark it became. That light is your inheritance. That light is your reward. That light is who you are. October 24 is the day of manifestation. But manifestation is not the end. It is the beginning of your true work. You are not being given rest. You are being given readiness. You are not being offered escape. You are being offered equipment. The journey continues, but now you walk it with clarity, with support, with the full assurance that you are not alone and never were. Breathe into this moment. Let it settle into your bones. Let it become the foundation from which everything else is built. This is not a peak to be reached and left behind. This is a platform to be lived from. You have arrived not at the end, but at the beginning of everything you were always meant to create, to offer, to become. The great reward is you, awakened, aligned, and ready. Welcome to your new chapter. Welcome to October 24. Welcome home.